initial assessment on how the offense performed today in this game?
I think we moved the ball pretty well. I don't know what the total yards is, but I know at the end there it was getting inching closer and closer to 500 at the end. When you get close to 500 yards of offense, there's a good chance you're going to have a favorable result. I think we should have scored more touchdowns and kicked less field goals, in my opinion. But I don't know. I got to watch the film. But 37 points is something to be pretty proud of.
Jake, how close do you think this offense is to the top end, like you were talking about earlier in the week, of clicking where you want it to be?
Yeah, man, we're close, man. We're having better and better games each week. We're getting better and better each week, and so it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch our progress throughout the season, and just know that we're going to get better and better, and we're going to peak when the time is right.
It seemed like plenty of times where you guys had a 2nd and 20, or we're on 3rd and short, and you guys just couldn't get off the field. You guys kept strolling and going down UCF. What did you guys see to be able to convert on 3rd down?
You guys made plays. On 3rd and long is a down for us that we make sure we're not going to make a really bad mistake. A lot of times you see teams get really aggressive on 3rd and long, and that's where turnovers happen. But Coach A-Rod was calling some plays, man. He was dipping deep in his bag, and we were executing pretty well. Made some great catches. I know Darius had one on the 2nd and 20. He had a great catch, diving catch. Just guys making plays. And can't say enough about this O-line, man. Rushing for that many yards. I can't even see it somewhere on here, but we ran for a lot of yards. And I know in that rush game they take away like sacks and stuff like that, and even though they're pass plays, and they still ran for that many. So I'm proud of that O-line, man. They stood tall, and that is a really good defensive line. Week after week, those guys play really well, and that's a really good, really athletic team, and so they did a good job holding up when they need to.
To follow up on that, you guys had 40 minutes of possession time. UCF had 20. What is staying on the field on 3rd down and continuing to drive do for that and fatiguing the defense?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a big deal, right? When you get down there and they have to sub their D-line, now they don't have their star guys in. That helps us in the run game. This guy took advantage of that on that 12-yard rush for a touchdown. Yeah, I mean, that was something we emphasized this week and last week, is making sure we convert on 3rd down, and I thought we did a pretty good job of that. I don't know what the exact number is on 3rd downs, but I thought we did a pretty good job staying on the field.
Jake, how excited were you at the end of the 2nd quarter, less than a minute left, I believe, take the field, and ends up being a Chase Roberts 60.
You guys know how I feel about 2-minute drill. We love it, man. We take advantage of 2-minute drill in every way we can. Yeah, we're excited. That's a funny route I threw. I don't think I completed that route one time all fall camp, maybe once, and so completing the game is always fun. Just knowing we're prepared for anything that comes to us, and so yeah, it was fun.
LJ, we've asked Jake about this a couple of times, and so I kind of wanted to get sort of the inverse reaction. Where have you seen his kind of the most growth from him, the most progress from him as QB1, as a signal caller?
Like he said, on 3rd and down, he just made better decisions, like times where we got to throw the ball away, or, he just tucks it and just runs, I feel like he's improved a lot in his decision-making and things like that, so he's really improved a lot.
Jake, how fired up were you guys about the fact that UCF was favored to beat you guys, although you have a much better record?
What is it? Day games, traveling across the country. I don't know what excuse that Book is going to come up with next, but yeah, we definitely took 2.5 personally. I'd say our locker room looked at that and got a little extra fired up for sure.
How about you, LJ? That fire you up?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just every game I just want to play my best, so I feel like, whatever the outside noise is, it doesn't really faze me. I'm just trying to get on to the next, where, I'm just trying to go out there and compete with my guys, because that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
You guys had quite a turnout, a lot of fans, a lot of Cougars fans. What did that mean to you? Did that give you some additional juice today?
Yeah, it definitely helps out a lot, whenever we go to an away game and, we have as much fans as probably the home team, it really helps out a lot. I mean, on 3rd down, it's not as loud and things like that, so it really helps out a lot with communication and stuff like that.
Yeah, we've been saying we got the best fan base in the country, and they showed up today. It's fun.
Seemed like on many pass attempts, there was almost 10 yards of separation from you and the next UCF D-back. What did you guys see in the defense to be able to convert some of those big passing plays?
Those guys made plays. We got some really good receivers, man, and it is any given guy on any given day. It's surprising me that there was only 4 receivers in the receiving column tonight, which I don't know how true that. Didn't you have a catch?
Yeah.
Elliott was the top 4, I think, on that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry. I was gonna say usually there's a lot more on there, and there was tonight. And guys made plays. Coach Fessy was down them up, our receivers coach, and our guys were making plays. We got some of the best receivers in the country. And nobody knew that, I don't think, going into the season, and they're starting to realize it week after week.
Okay, as you know, I made an article about you for the Jewish Journal. I spoke to your father for like 40 minutes on the phone the other day. So I don't have many questions for you, and I asked a question to the coach. But what's it feel like with so much anti-Semitism that you're bringing so much joy to people and such an inspiration to everyone?
The world's a better place when we're just positive with each other. And so that's all I can be, is super positive. Just in every aspect of life. If you talk about doing things, the law of attraction, Coach Klein talks about it a lot. If you talk about doing things and talk about being successful, you got a better chance to be successful. And so when it comes to the global lookout on conflict, if we're just more positive, man, the world will be a better place. And I think if we just understood each other, it'd be better. But, that's all I try to do, man, is be positive. Just bring people together. Bring the LDS community and bring the Jewish community together. And like now, people tell me, like, dude, my best friend's Jewish and now he's a huge Cougar fan. Dude, I work with, I have a Jewish colleague and now he's a huge Cougar fan. Like, that's awesome to me. Like, that's just more positivity to me. They get to cheer for something on a Saturday, and that's more positivity. That's awesome. And then you get to inspire kids, and that's the most fun part.
Your father kind of predicted that you would say this. But I do want to tell you something that BYU doesn't know. Every governor of Utah has been Mormon, except for the fourth one, Simon Bamberger. There was a Jewish governor of Utah.
That is surprising to me. It's cool.
You guys,
any more questions?
You guys head into your
Sorry, last question for Jake, and then we'll get some more for LJ, and then we're gonna have defensive players.
Sorry about that. You guys head to your bye week. You have Holy War coming up against Utah, but the college football playoff standings will come out between that. 8-0 now. You guys are building some momentum. Do you guys discuss? You guys curious where you stand maybe when those playoff standings come out, or what's kind of the discussion in the locker room about where you stand kind of in the national picture at this point?
This team, I've talked about it before, but this team is so good at approaching the moment and keep the main thing the main thing. We're not, if you sit 2/3 of the season and start looking towards the college football playoff, you're not doing the right things. You got to stay focused on the game ahead of you. Coach A-Rod says it. He says each week is a Super Bowl. We won Super Bowl 8 today for our season. We got to prepare for Super Bowl 9, which is a good Utah team. And we know, obviously, about the rivalry. It's one of those games where you throw records, throw rankings out the window. It's going to be a dogfight. We know that. So, we're going to be celebrating this win, getting home safe. And then it's nice to have a little bye week to just regroup and then get back to work. You know what I mean? It's going to be a work week next week. Bye weeks are the misconceptions, they're off weeks, and for us, it's still work weeks. And so we're going to get back to work and just keep getting better every week.
More questions for LJ?
LJ, you had 101 yards on the ground. What did you see through UCF D-line? Big guys, but you were able to make some plays.
Yeah, that was credit to the O-line. They were moving guys out the way, and they were just able to make really clear reads for me. They just did a great job all night, just getting me to the second level and then trying to make guys miss.
Do you feel like you got a little bit of that thunder and lightning that we talked about with Wonderful Lau in the preseason tonight? Because it felt like the two of you kind of did some. I don't know who was thunder, who was lightning, but I felt like you kind of had a little bit of that connection.
Yeah, that's my guy. Ever since I've been out here, he's really took me under his wing. Like, I feel like that's like my bigger brother. So, just seeing him go out there and performing the way he did, I knew he was capable of it, and I've seen him put in all the work to be able to do that. So, it was just awesome to see that, and just to get it going.
Did you feel healthy out there tonight? You've struggled with obviously some things, but you look as healthier than you've ever been, I think.
Yeah, this is the best. I felt definitely better than last week. Last week I feel like I was struggling a little bit moving, but I feel a lot better this week.
One more question right here, looks like.
I'm not sure if Jake is still taking questions, but if both of you could answer this one. Kind of bouncing off of his question from a little bit ago. This is your first game against Utah, if I understand correctly. I'm sure you all are well versed in the history of the rivalry. I know this is looking a little far ahead, but what have you heard about the game? What are your thoughts going into this, your biggest rivalry game?
I've never been part of a rivalry, so it's new to me. For me, it's just another game. Just go out there, try to win, and just give it our best. That's what we try to do every game. So this game shouldn't be any different. We're just going to go out there, try to give our best effort, and the outcome's going to be the outcome.
Yeah, similar to LJ, you're right. We haven't been a part of this rivalry yet, and we're excited for the next chapter. And so it's gonna be a fun game. But like you said, it's looking pretty far forward right now. We're looking forward to our post-game meal and then getting on that plane and getting back to Provo. So, yeah, like you said, we're gonna approach that game like any other game, and we know like just emotions might be high that week.
All right, thanks, guys.